And we are live. What's up, guys? Canadian Guy here, and we're back with Spyro, the OG Spyro. So, for those who are unaware, uh, as you get, some of you knew that we had a dog named Denver, and he was a sweet boy. He was a very, very good boy, and he very quickly started to become a big part of the channel. And he would hang out with us. He would sit either right here and play with the cables, or lay asleep here, or go over here, and we would do the little begging trick over here with him. And he's not here anymore. He's not dead, but he's not here anymore. And what happened was we had to give him back to his original owners. And some of you might be confused because we've had Denver for 4 months. What do you mean give him back to his original owners? Well, I'm going to briefly explain what my past week has been like. It hasn't been good. So, to rewind a little bit, how I got Denver was from a mutual friend. Denver, the original owners couldn't keep Denver, but they didn't want to get rid of him. So they wanted somebody to hold on to him for a little bit. And they reached out to numerous people and even got him to a home at one point, but they had to give him back. And so the original owners, again, were looking for yet another home to take him. And that's when Denver went to a mutual friend's house. Now, that mutual friend was led to believe that Denver was to be either temporarily rehomed or outright rehomed. So there was a miscommunication, and she essentially thought she was fostering a dog, waiting until someone adopted him or the original owners found a place and took him. When I went over to my friend's house who had him, he jumped in my arms instantly, and it was like he was just happy. So I was told that the dog was being fostered and that they were looking for a new owner. And then eventually it was suggested for me to take Denver. I thought about it, and so I said, okay, I'll take him. In the meantime, our mutual friend was messaging the original owner, but the original owner was not getting back to them. And they were just asking questions about the dog, and they weren't getting any answers, so they just said, okay, whatever. And eventually they said, hey, we might have found a new home for Denver. And there was no response. And then 2 weeks went by, and I picked up Denver and said, sure, we'll take him. And they messaged and said, hey, he's being rehomed. And there was no response. And then after having him for a week, I was asked, hey, can you send me a picture of Denver with the kids to show the original owner that he's gone to a good home? And I said, sure. And so I did. And then she got a message back from the original owner saying only temporarily, right? And that's when things started to fall apart. Now, at this point, we had Denver for 2 weeks, and immediately I get a phone call from our mutual friend saying, hey, there seems to have been some kind of miscommunication, but I don't know what's going on. I thought it was for him to be rehomed, but the original owner is asking for your number. And I said, you know what? Okay, sure. Let's do that. And I gave our mutual friend my number, and she sent it over immediately. Another 2 weeks went by. I hadn't heard anything. So at this point, we had Denver for a month. And then I got the first message. And it was the original owner. Explaining that there seems to have been a miscommunication, that something was wrong, but explaining how Denver got there, et cetera, et cetera. And so I responded and I explained how I got Denver and the whole situation. And they responded. In fact, I will read the wording exactly so that I don't screw anything up, because I don't want, I'm not going to mention names, but so that I don't screw anything up. But the wording of the text was, I'll read all super chats and donations as soon as I'm done. Thank you, Jakob. So the quote was, we weren't actually seeking a new owner for him. My daughter looks for rentals, in the hopes that we'll find something that can have Denver back home. Having said that, Denver does look very happy with your family. I know how easy it is to fall in love with him. He is honestly the sweetest pup. I don't know what to do. Honestly, I don't want to uproot him from your family. And certainly don't want to break your hearts. I don't want to break my own kids' hearts either, though. And then they said, would you be willing to let us come visit Denver once in a while so we can still see him and be part of his life? So I agreed that they could come and visit. But then immediately waffling started, because this was said. If it's not too much to ask, could we for now just keep this as a quote, this happened and we're still trying to figure out how to proceed together kind of thing? I really have to talk to the kids before I can confirm any decisions. And I didn't like that because it was kind of waffling a little bit. At this point, it was, like I said, a month later. So then they reached out 10 days later again, asking how Denver was doing. And I said that, he's doing well. And I said, I do understand your situation, but I don't want to mince words here, so forgive me if this comes off as blunt. The intention is that it's a complicated situation, but between us, we know that Denver is going to be staying with us, right? I just want to make it as crystal clear as possible. I do understand about letting them down easy when it comes to the kiddos, and I get it, but I just want to make sure that we are on the same page. And then they said, well, no, because they told their kids this morning and their kids were upset and crying, and that our mutual friend was only supposed to be looking after him until they found a new place. And yet at this point, they still haven't found a new place. And this is September. And I responded that I understood about the kids' hurts feelings, but the best situation for Denver was for him to stay with us, because at this point we were his fourth household, and bouncing him around from home to home wasn't a good idea, because they were with them for years. Then he went to another household, and he went back with them, and then he went with our mutual, and then he went to us. And the dog was full of anxiety, and he had separation issues, and I was like, I don't think that this is a good idea. And this was on September 28th. I didn't hear anything for over a month. And then November 7th came along, and they turned around and said that they found a new place and that it was time for Denver to come home. And at that point, I got angry because we had taken care of Denver for so long. And at this point in November, it was like 4 months, 3 months, 4 months since we've had him. And there's been these long stints of no communication where they reached out and got touch bases with me a month after I had Denver, and they knew that I had Denver for a month. And so at that point, they started to send more text messages, and they were increasing in intensity. And eventually I just blocked it because I thought, you know what? No, this is ridiculous. I'm not dealing with this. This is insane. And I'm moving on. On Sunday, I was at home hanging out with my family, and there's a knock at the door, and we look outside, and there are 3 police cruisers, 3 police officers, and the original owners with them, which I have some thoughts about that, but we'll set that aside. And they wanted to come in, take Denver, charge me, and arrest me right there. And so it was explained to them, no, there was no theft. Denver was not stolen. Here's the explanation. So we invited 2 of the officers in, and I just gave them my phone. I just handed them my phone, and they read through all the text messages. And they conceded, and they said, you know what? This is a civil matter. This is just a civil matter. They got to go through small claims court to sort this out. Get your due diligence together, and that's it. So they originally were going to come in and arrest me, and then suddenly said it's complicated and it's civil. Okay. Then on Tuesday, I finished getting my kids to bed. And I get a text from my mutual and saying that police had shown up at her door and was grilling her. And eventually said that after further investigation, they found that actually the dog was stolen. And that if I did not return the dog ASAP, both me and my mutual would be charged and arrested. So I sat there and I called them and we talked. And I thought to myself, you know, if it was just a threat against me, if it was a threat just against me, I might have been able to fight it. Maybe. But it was a threat between me and but it was a threat between me and another person. And if I could maybe lawyer my way out of it or talk my way out of it or figure, but they couldn't. And they would get pinned. And they are my best friends. They're attached to my best friend that in real life that I've went to school with for years. And so I knew that I had no choice. There was no way. And the worst part was my kids were just sleeping and I had to ask if I could have till at least noon the next day. Till noon. And the kids didn't know. The kids didn't know. So we pulled them out of school. We woke them up. And we had to break the news to them that in 3-4 hours, Denver's got to go. They were just beside themselves. Jonathan doesn't quite understand. Daniel really doesn't understand. But David and Hope were just destroyed. Hope is still destroyed. So they had 3 hours and change with Denver. And I leashed them up. We loaded them in the car. And the agreement was I would bring them back to our mutual's home, and then a peace officer would show up and take them back. So we drove, and the worst part is Denver was kind of anxious, but he was okay. As soon as we turned the corner towards our mutual's home, he started flipping out. He started freaking out, yelping, crying, and the worst image is me hopping out of the car, hooking him up, picking him up, and carrying him inside, opening the door to our mutual's home, putting him down, and he is screaming. He is yelping. He is crying. You know the point where a dog gets to where they're biting because they're so scared? One step down was Denver. Denver wouldn't bite, but if he would, he was screaming and crying and jumping at me and freaking out. And I'm trying to calm him down. And I see the donation. I appreciate that. Thank you. I will read it in a second. There's a big donation. I don't want to undermine it. Someone donated $200, which I really appreciate. But just give me a second. And I'm trying to hold him, and he's shaking. And he's licking my face, and he's trying to jump back in my arms. And I'm like, buddy, I can't. I gotta go. And so I'm hugging him, and he's crying. And the last image I saw is our mutual holding him back on the leash as he's trying to bulldoze the door down as I'm leaving and I'm closing the door. And I'm walking to my car, and I'm hearing him barking as loud as he possibly could, barking and screaming and barking and yelling. And I had to walk away. My wife is sobbing. My wife is literally having a breakdown in the car. Like, she gets in the car and she's having a breakdown. And I drove away. And I drove away. There was nothing I could do. Nothing I could say. I had never heard Denver sound like that. In all of the months I've had him, we've taken him up north where he was anxious in the car and he didn't like it. I've never heard him like that. So I'm sorry, Ted. I saw the donation, and again, I will get to it in a second. There was nothing I could do. There was nothing I could do. So I had dreams all night of Denver. Hope sobbed all night. She just cried all night. She would. We were sitting there watching Christmas movies, and she was holding his collar like this, just right to her. So yeah, today has been rough. Yesterday's been rough. And there are things that I question about how this happened. Why the police showed up with the owners, because that doesn't seem right. Why I was threatened through a mutual and not directly, like the police didn't show up quietly undercover and talk to me about it and let me know what's going to happen. That it was a proxy, like, and it feels like intimidation, or I don't know. Just things don't feel right. Like, something about this just doesn't sit right with me, even beyond the fact that they took the dog and I don't know. So, suffice to say, the few people that asked if I would be able to go and see him again, since they threatened to sue me, I think the answer to that is no. I think the answer to that is a very, very, very solid no. Denver would follow me everywhere. Friends of the police chief. Well, I don't want to say anything that incriminates me, but I was told by a mutual that the husband of the person that took Denver back was a police officer. Or not a police officer, was training to be a police officer. So I don't know. I'm not going to sit here and say that that implies anything. I'm not incriminating myself. I'm not saying that there was signs of inside intelligence. I am not stating that for the record. For the record, so that anybody who wants to look at this and listen, I am not stating for the record that there was corruption between the fact that he is a training officer. I am not stating that. I am stating that the whole situation was handled in a very weird way. With that said, let me quickly read the donations. So first we had a $2 donation from Yakip. Denver was a good boy. We miss him and love him. He was a very good boy. He very much was. And then Ted donated $200. Thank you. Hope things get better for you. Ted, thank you. Thank you so much for donating through Streamlabs. Thank you so much for the $200. Thank you. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate that. I'm very sorry. Typically, you know me, my reactions are big. But I am going to let you guys know that today's stream is going to be slow. And slow going. I appreciate it. I appreciate everyone here. I'd fight this in court. Here's the thing. I'll start playing now, but here's the thing. Could I fight this in court? Maybe. Do I want to put Denver... What if I win? What if I win? Denver gets rehomed again? It would be the 6th time? This... Like, rehoming him for a 6th time? It's not good for the dog. So even if I win, it's going to take months for it to go through the court system, because unfortunately I know how the court systems work due to recent experience, and things take months and move at a glacial pace. So he's just going to sit there, relearn all of his old things and being upset and everything. And the only way that I see me getting Denver back is if the original owners decide to concede and give him back, where maybe he's not eating, or he's refusing to, you know, he's outright depressed and refusing to do anything. And even then, I don't know if they would. It doesn't seem fair. And you're right, it doesn't. It doesn't feel fair, but sometimes in life, things are not fair. And as a threat to keep Denver forever. I was going to keep Denver because they were, the problem was, and I stated this over and over again, they took so long to respond. They took so long to respond. If this was my animal and I found out immediately, hey, he's being rehomed, I would be on the phone that day saying, hey, yo, no, that's not what we talked about, and then clear it up. But all the mutual didn't hear from them in a long time, months, weeks. Never heard anything. And even when say, hey, we might have found someone to rehome him, no response. So and then the waffling just kept going, where it was less like, oh, I don't want to take him away, but he seems so happy, but we want him back. Can we come and visit him? Would it be okay if we did that? Would it? And it was like, okay, well, okay, sure. And then it was, well, I can't confirm that, and I can't do this, I can't do that, and then and then no contact for over a month, and then, by the way, we're taking him back. Oh, their change of heart was that they found a place. Right? Right? Because they were in a place that wouldn't accept Denver. So they were looking for a place to accept Denver. And then... So I felt like the waffling... What I personally felt like, as my subjective perspective, was that it was being waffled until they found a place.
Welcome to Wizard Peaks. This is my favorite supercharged spot. Use it to bash those wizards.
And oh, the kids are destroyed. The kids, like I said, the kids are just absolutely destroyed. And so close to Christmas. And then we ask Hope, we're asking Hope, she keeps updating us on what she wants for Christmas. She tells us this morning, I want Denver for Christmas. And I'm like, I'm gonna cry. I am going to just thank you for sharing your story about Denver Hugs. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you. And that I appreciate the $5 super chat. And here's the thing. Here's the funny thing about this too. is that I have a license for him. I paid a license for him. I'm not going to show the full thing because it's got sensitive information, but I have a license for him right here. With his name, picture, my name, and everything. And I told them that he was registered to me. Didn't matter. Did not matter. Even though I told him, I said, he's literally registered to me. I have him on the... Because there's like a local thing that you have to use when you get a dog to be able to register to them to you. I have a card. But no, didn't matter. Oh, they're not. They. I very much doubt that they are going to see this. I very much doubt it. The Gaming Pez donated $5 to Streamlabs. Thank you so much, Gaming Pez. I'm beyond fuming right now and so disgusted. I really hope you do end up fighting this because something is very wrong. I'm praying for you, man. I hope everything will be okay. I want to. I want to fight it. I do. But I don't see how. If this went to court and Denver was in... It all feels like... As much as I want to fight this, it wouldn't be healthy for Denver. If this went to court... This is what I think would happen. It was like... Yeah, it's true, H. Dales. It's true. It's true that there's... It's... If I win, Denver loses. If I lose, Denver does or does. It's subjective on who wins if I win. Because Denver may lose too. Because then by the time it's all sorted, Denver... Because here's the thing. If I turn around and I get through the charge, do you know what they do? They take the dog and they hold him in a local, like the SPCA, like an animal shelter, until it's sorted. Right? So even if I get through, then Denver's got to be in another facility. That's new place number 6. And then my place would be new place number 7. That's just... Mine, I want what's best for the dog. I want what's best for Denver. And I love him too much to put him through anymore. There is nothing that we can do. There's nothing that I can do. No, he gets sent to the shelter and not put for sale. He's put into holding because he's being treated as effectively evidence, which is pretty dark to say, but dogs are property. So because of that, animal control would show up, take the dog, and then put him in for evidence at the SPCA and wouldn't be put for sale and would sit there until a court judge. I can't put him through that again. I can't do it. But boy, am I upset. Boy, am I sad. Boy, am I... Can 2025 just be done at this point? That's how I'm feeling. Can 2025 just be done? I appreciate that Nova Silverwood. Noah, I appreciate that.
There's a secret area in the artisan home. It is at the waterfall. Try jumping on the stones there.
Artisan home, waterfall. Sounds good.
And sorry, if I'm going to be eating, it's 8:16 my time. I'm still just picking at my dinner. I'm sorry to hear that, Murder Venom. I'm very sorry to hear that. It's just... The worst thing was just hearing him freaking out as we left. Just hearing him screaming, yelping. And that's my last image of him. Right? Like, that's my last... The last thing I see is me walking away and him yelping and screaming and crying at me. And I just... Gosh. It just broke my heart. I had wished that he had remembered what hanging out with my neutral was like, and was like, oh, I'm happy to go see them, and goes and plays and hangs out, and then realizes slowly, wait, they're gone, what's going on? I don't understand, right? Something like that. But no, it was like he knew. But I was told, but don't worry, you could go after them in civil court for the dog costs. Oh, great. Yeah, that's what I want. I want to go to court, fight and argue and scream for months, file a $400, spend $400 to file a suit to maybe win $700. Maybe. And if I lose, not only do I have to pay the $400 suit, I have to pay for their costs too.
Thanks for releasing me, Spyro. You have no idea how long I've been trapped in crystal.
Right?
And,
Like...
neither do I. Who are you again?
I'm out of here.
You see, Charlie, I thought I did. Because I thought it was, okay, the dog needs to be rehomed. And my mutual thought, yep, the dog needs to be rehomed. And then was told, okay, we're rehoming the dog with no answer. And I just... The owners were like around my age, around 30, I guess. That's what I clocked, unless they are really stressed out 20-year-olds or amazing looking 40-year-olds. They look like they were about my age. Maybe a little older. Maybe mid-30s. But... yeah. It's been a rough 24 hours. Would I consider... Yeah, I would reach out to a lawyer, but of course a lawyer's fees are ridiculous. I saw a consulting fee at one point was $750 just for them to look at the file, and then I tried to look at free, like just free consultation, and they're like, yeah, we'll get back to you in 4 months. And I'm just like, what? Again, if there was a way for me to get Denver back within 2-3 weeks through that, I would explore it. Your phone died? Okay, so I did answer it. They were like mid-30s. They were like mid-30s. Right? A lot can happen in 4 months, and a lot can happen for a dog. So it's either I can't afford it. I can't afford to get him back. And there's a chance... I just... And the emotion comes in waves. It comes in waves. There are moments where I'm like, okay, I feel okay. I feel fine. And then 5 minutes later, I feel like curling up in a fetal position and crying.
I'm sure it was.
I almost broke down today because I sat down and said, okay, I'm not going to record a video today, even though I need to record a video for the CGE channel. I'm like, I'm not going to record a video because I am a mess. So I was like, okay, you know what I'll do? There was a video that I did record for my Pokemon channel the day that I got the phone call for Denver, but it was recorded like earlier in the day, so I had no idea. And so I was like, you know what? I'll edit that. So I start editing that, and in the middle of the video, my doorbell went off, and when my wife came home while I was recording, and I see in the video Denver getting up and walking over here and looking at the door, and I'm seeing there, and I hear in the recording, I hear him doing his sassy bark when my wife made delicious food and he wants a little piece. It's like a sassy, it's not a bark, it's like a poof, and she's like, and I can hear her saying, no, Denver, and then poof, no. It was just, I have that on recording, and I can hear my wife literally saying, Denver, stop it, and woof. And I was going to go to court for him. I was going to go to court for him. Like, if they were like, we're going to take you to court to get him, I was going to say, let's go. But it doesn't even matter. It doesn't even matter.
Spyro. It's great to see you, but I've got to go.
I know H Dales. I know H Dale Z. I know. I'm waiting to hear from. I left a message. I left a message at one lawyer office hoping to get some sort of free consultation. I'll see if I'll hear back, but I don't know. I don't know. I'm going to be getting the police report too. I'll be getting the police report for it. And taking it to a lawyer. So I'm going to be trying to get some more content out for Spyro. I found something small about Spyro to try to rein the conversation into more practicality. But it's been confirmed that Toys for Bob's next game is considered as the genre of a adventure game. It's not a big it's not a big chunk of news, as most people would say. Well, yeah, we kind of already knew that, but it's official. It's officially stated that Toys for Bob's next game is an adventure game. By official, like, by an official thing, like it is. It's not like it's hypothetically a thing, or it could be a thing. No, it's confirmed to be a well. So yeah, there's that. So for the people that just want to hear the Spyro news, there's that, and I'll be making a video kind of breaking that down. But it's like, it's news and it's also not news. No, I do. I love Spyro 2 and 3. For Reignited, I play a lot of 1 and 2. I don't play 3 as much Reignited because 3 Reignited was I don't want to say a mess. It was underbaked a little bit. But when I'm feeling sad and emotional, like right now, Spyro 1 does a trick for me. It's the music, it's the vibes, it's, I don't know. Spyro 1 helps me feel better. I didn't see there's. Do I have to literally finish Wild Flight? Why is it? There we go. And yes, again, as reflecting what Caroline said, thank you so much, everyone, for your support tonight. I am sorry that I am not in a yippee happy mood, and I'm sorry that I'm hoping that each day that goes by I'll be a little bit better. I'm hoping. I want to be better. All right. So before I hop into Terrence Village, I'm just going to take a second. I know I've been spending more time talking about Denver, but I'll be right back. I just need to stretch my legs for a moment. And again, everybody, thank you. Thank you, everyone, for your support tonight. So just give me a moment. I have tissues now. Making sure that I got tissues now, so in case if another emotional breakdown decides to show up, I'm good to go this time. All right. Oh, Elena just donated $50 super chat. Thank you. $5 from Grandma. Put all this towards the Denview Rescue Fund. He should be with a family who actually care about him and his well-being. Thank you, Elena. Thank you so much. I do appreciate that. Thank you. Well, like I said, I'll have a conversation with at least maybe like a paralegal. Maybe I'll have a chat with a paralegal or something, and maybe we can go from there. But thank you guys. Thank you. I really appreciate that. Thank you for this love and support, guys. By the way, I probably should have asked, is my volume good? I know I've been sobbing for an hour. Is my volume good? If it's not, I can fix it. But thank you, everybody. Volume's good. Okay, good. That's good. I couldn't hear anything you said, Chief, the whole time. Sorry. Great to know. Let me reiterate my sob story from the top. No, loving this green too, by the way. I'm loving seeing the green, Elena. Thank you so much. Excuse me. Okay. What are your thoughts about the Legend of Spyro trilogy? I think it's okay. I think the first game's the best. The second game's the worst. And then the third game, the third game is interesting because I know it's loved.
Watch out, Spyro. The Norks in these parts have discovered the power of
And there are parts I
electricity.
do love and there are parts I
Really
really don't
stinks.
like. I think if there was more time dedicated to it, I'm wondering if it would have been able to kind of hit on all cylinders, but I still like it. But so overall it was okay. I do appreciate them trying to give kind of like a story that's a little bit more than just flame the bad guys, Spyro. I do appreciate them trying to do that. The voice acting is really good too. Is it possible if I could donate? I mean, jeez, if you wanted to, but yes, it is possible. There is a. Are you saying if it was possible? Are you saying that? Or are you saying if it's possible? Because yes, it is possible, but I wouldn't want anyone donating that without and being in dire financial stress because of it. There we go. Why is there a max for 500? So if you want to donate, there's a different way. Okay, so let me quickly explain. There's super chats and there's Streamlabs donations. Super chats can only go 500. Streamlabs can go technically to quite the large number. And if you donate through Streamlabs will allow you to go. You've been my favorite YouTuber for 7. Well, I appreciate that. Thank you. You can go through Streamlabs, and Streamlabs can let you donate almost essentially however much you want. Now, some people have had banks yell at them, but Streamlabs.
Good job, Spyro. One day you'll be able to tell all the dragons about your amazing adventures.
Sure, but what I'd
We
really
did.
like to do is get out of this swamp.
The Streamlabs record for this channel is currently, yes, there was one person by the name of Dark Paladin back in 2019. So that was, it'll be 6 years. It'll be 6 years since that happened. That was the biggest donation that we've, in one shot, that we've ever gotten. And it was through Streamlabs. And it came at a very tough time. But yeah. Yeah, it was in 2019 because it was, or was it 2020? No, it was 2020. I apologize. But yes, I wouldn't want you to do it if it put you in dire financial straits. But if, technically speaking, yes, if you wanted to donate $1,000, you could do it through Streamlabs. Thank you, Murder Venom. I appreciate that. Was it 20? Oh, man. Time is just blurring together then. Time is just blurring together. But yeah, Streamlabs. So basically, Streamlabs allows for you to use PayPal and stuff. And you don't... You too, Murder Venom. You too. December 2020. Okay, yes, yes, I do remember. It was one of the last streams of the year. And I remember we were playing Zelda Twilight Princess. The 5-year anniversary. I think the worst thing, too, and I'm sorry I'm harping on this, but this has just been on my brain the whole time. My wife decided to take the kids out today to try to help them feel better, so they went to go meet up with some friends, go hang out, go to Costco, get some ice cream, you know. And I was in the house by myself, and it was so quiet. It was so quiet, and I remember just sitting here, and I remember trying to work, and it was working so slowly because it was so quiet. And I keep doing things that I would do when I had Denver. I keep doing things. I keep, like, closing certain doors because Denver's not allowed in the certain room, and I keep doing things subconsciously, and then when I realize why I'm doing them, it just very quiet, so quiet. Typically I can hear Denver's right here. I can hear him snoring. Or he's, you know, walking around in the kitchen. But and of course there's been conversation with the kids, and everything about like, hey, what about a new dog? And I don't even want to think about that right now. It just like, one, I can't afford it, right? Two, I can't afford spending, because in our local animal shelter, it costs $600 to adopt a dog, and I'm just like, oh, around Christmas, $600 around Christmas time. That is just, you know, really, there's no, I can't, you know, like, I can't do that right now, right? It's like, good. So even if I wanted to adopt a dog, I can't afford it. But I don't want to adopt a new dog. I want Denver, right? I want Denver back.
Hello.
Hey, sweetie, how's it going?
It's going. We just finished the Empire Strikes Back.
And how do you think of it?
David goes, wait a minute. That's his father?
Oh boy.
Wait, why is he upset? Honey, wait, why is his father trying to get him?
That's funny.
That's not cool. Doesn't he know that that's his kid? I'm like, yes, but he joined the dark side. Why did he do that? Because he let his anger control him. Oh.
Yeah, we're starting to let them watch Star Wars now. We're just starting.
Well, I just started David on the Empire, and
Yeah,
I started him on obviously episode 4.
Yep.
Because I don't know about the youngling scene yet.
Yeah, I hope that distracts him.
Oh, it's been very good because today his stomach hurt so bad and he didn't understand why. Then he came down here and he talked to you about Denver and then he felt better and his stomach got away.
Yeah, is Hope better?
Oh, she's doing a lot better.
Oh, that's good.
Ginger.
Because this morning when she started sobbing again.
That was hard. And like,
You have no idea what's going on. And you have no idea what's going on.
he liked watching Star Wars.
Well,
He
that's
sat
good.
there the whole time, hands in, like, wow. And Jonathan was like, oh no! When C-3PO gets like completely taken apart, he goes, his arm! His head, mama!
That's funny. Alright.
Can you say bye-bye?
Good night, buddy. No, you can't have
No
that.
Pokeballs.
Alright.
I know, there's a whole shelf of them.
I know. Alright. I love you.
You have to kiss the babies.
Mwah.
Say night-night. I know. Would you like to hold just one?
Yeah.
Okay. You like Pokemon?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This was the last one I made with Denver.
Whoa. Oh.
When he was, I don't want to play with that one.
Okay. Alright, give it back.
Alright, can I have it back, please? Thank you.
Thank you. Say
All right.
bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
I know you like Pokemon. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Oh, yeah, today he grabbed your controller and was like, oh, or he had it, he was like, I'm like, are you catching Pokemon? He goes, yeah. Like, you get them all. He goes, yeah. Night-night.
Night-night. If you guys saw before, I was printing a bunch of Pokeballs, and I have a bunch more now. I've been going a little bit Pokeball crazy. I have the Moon Ball. I have the Love Ball now. I've just kind of been 3D printing Pokeballs. And the last one that I assembled, where it finished right when I was about to go to bed, when Denver was at my feet. And, you know, Denver was at my feet for all of them. And this was the last one. This was the last Pokeball I made before I went to bed, and then we had to give them up the next morning. It was the Clone Ball from the Pokemon, the first movie. So that one's That one's gonna hold a little bit more value because it was the one that I made while. Yeah. So there's different kinds of 3D printers. There's a lot of really good ones. I have 5 3D printers. 4 of them are from Bamboo Labs. One of them is from Elegoo. The printer with the best bang for your buck right now is the Elegoo Centauri Carbon. But I really like my Bamboo P1Ss. How much is it? I don't know how much it is because of the tariffs. Over in the States, things are different prices. And also between the American and Canadian dollar. Your best bet's to go to bamboolabs.com and take a look, because again the tariffs have changed the price quite a bit.
Be on the lookout for attack frogs. They are cold-blooded killers.
Attack frogs?
And this used to be such a nice swamp.
Yeah, you are definitely right. I mean, I can't even use my Etsy store right now, so yeah. With hugging the Spyro plushie moment. Right now, Elena, and there's no, I hope you take no offense to this, but it's been, there hasn't been much that's made me feel good right now. And I think the only thing that I need is, for now, time. I need time. That's the thing that I need, is I just need time. Because right now it's just do you need all 5? Well, I did when I was running my Etsy store, and I'm hoping to get it back going again. I did need them, and they were very useful, but the tariffs have made it for me to close the man, this year has sucked. I'm sorry. Just this year has been awful for me. I'm not going to sit here and say it's been awful for everybody, or just 2025 has felt like a constant punch in the mouth. And I'm trying, man. I am trying.
Thanks for releasing me. It seems like I've been trapped in here since I was your age. No. Why, I remember... gotta go.
And I thought 2024 got you rough. It did. And I've been having a rough few years. I have been having a rough few years. It has not been... I'm very tired. I am very tired. And I'm trying my best to hold on. I'm trying. And I appreciate that, Elena. Well, it wasn't so much illness this year, Charlesy. It wasn't illness this year. But I'm praying for a better 2026. I'm praying for it. That's all I can do. And I'm just hoping that 2026 just treats me just a little bit better. Just a little bit. But we'll get there. We'll get there.
Thank you for releasing me.
We'll get there. We'll figure something out. I'm trying new things. I'm trying interesting things. I'm trying. I am trying. The 2020s have been so far exhausting. Yes, they have. Worst years NA. Zero out of 10. Do not recommend. But there's things to look forward to, things to be positive about. Spyro's one of them. And I'm really hoping we see it in 2026. I'm really hoping that we see it. '26 is also going to be my 10-year anniversary with my wife.
I'll tell you what to do with those creatures. Smash them, Spyro. Stamp them out and squish them and squash them.
How about charge them and flame them? We are dragons after all.
Things have been good and bad for me, but one thing I'm thankful for is being a part of this wonderful community and all the friends I've made here. You guys make things a little less sucky. I agree. I just joined the stream. What's going on aside from Spyro 1? To surmise quickly, I had my dog taken away. My dog was taken away from me because the original owners were unclear with their language and took their time to respond and to messages, and because of that they eventually turned around after 4 months and decided to want their dog back. And when I ignored that request, the police were called on me, and initially they were originally on their side, then it was a neutral party, and then out of the blue they switched back to being on their side, and I was threatened and I had to give the dog back or else I would have been arrested. That's the TLDR. That's what happened to me the past week. So I had to give him up, and yeah, trying to for those who have joined in partway through the stream and are like, I don't understand what's happening. Everyone's sad. So just so it's clear. Just so it's clear, so everyone knows what's going on. That's why. So, yeah, that's why I feel like I've been bulldozed by a truck emotionally and physically. And why everybody here in the St. Louis Manor has the big sad. Why everyone here in CGE land, CGE Manor, has the big sad. The big frowny. A big. What we have is a big frowny brownie. That's what we've been served. We've been served a frowny brownie. We weren't served a Coke and a smile. We were served a kick in the pants with a smile. But hey, at least they were smiling. Hey, Marcus Jones, I appreciate that. Thank you. It is confidential, Charlesy. I shouldn't have said it. I shouldn't have said it. I shouldn't have said it, but I'm just so
For an amazing tour of the
mentally
treetops.
cooked.
Don't just stop at one supercharge.
I mean that in sadness. I am not high. I'm just so mentally just gassed. Redacted. There you go. It's redacted. There you go. What's going on? To quickly surmise, I had my dog. His name was Denver. I've had him for 4 months. The original owners of Denver, couldn't house him anymore. Given to a mutual friend. Mutual friend thought that he needed to be rehomed. Gave the dog to me. Original owners refused to respond to friend watching animal until a month later, after they were told repeatedly that he was getting rehomed. Reached out to me, waffled in their responses, as in like they were like, oh, I don't know, what's the best course of action to do, blah blah blah, and essentially 4 months later decided, okay, no, we're going to take him back now, even though the whole decision was waffled and wasn't finalized. And then when I decided to say no, I'm going to keep him, eventually the police were called, threatened my arrest. I showed them the text messages. They said, yep, this is a civil suit. No longer is the dog stolen. And then 2 days later, got a call saying that actually, upon further investigation, the dog is stolen. If you don't give it up soon, you'll be charged and arrested. So I had to give him up. And now I don't have them anymore. I had to give them up yesterday, and I had like basically less than 24 hours to give them back, or else. Thank you, El Chavizi. I appreciate that. Thank you. And I still don't know why the police changed their point of view. I don't know what happened. But yeah.
Yeah, well, you could have found an easier spot to get stuck.
So, yeah. Yeah, trust me, I've so yeah, it's been a rough couple of days. Oh shoot. Well, we survived. Not gonna survive that one. So, again, I basically gotta wait to see, you know, I reached out to some legal practice. I got message machine. I kind of was like, alright, well, I'll leave a message and see what happens. And they might not answer me back. They might answer me back. I don't know. Oh, looks like there's going to be some lag incoming, because of course there would be. Oh. Stream's working for me. Well, that's good. Hopefully it stays going, because mine's saying incoming lag. It's so cruel of them for doing this. Hope for the best, and they get back. I doubt it, but you know. I appreciate that, Tim Van Gundy. Thank you. Yeah, there was a bit of lag. I'm hoping that what on earth? I miss my dog, man. I miss my dog. I don't know what else I can say other than that. Just, you know, I miss my dog. He should not have been taken away. I hope so, El Chivizi. Because he was a very good boy.
Spyro, if you jump at the end of a supercharge ramp, you can really go far.
I'm all over it.
this way. Okay. Yeah, I hate when people mistreat animals too. But and again, here was the thing: was that if there was at any point where there was some sort of rush, where it was like, hey, listen, there was a disagreement, or hey, listen, there was a misunderstanding. Please bring the dog back to the original caregiver. This is not what we talked about. If there was any sense of urgency, any sense of, listen, and it wasn't. I first heard about it a month after I got him. And then it was waffled about for 2 months. And then, no, you have to bring him back now. If I got the dog and 3 days later I got a call saying, hey, listen, there was a misunderstanding, please bring him back, I would have done so. Absolutely. I would have been upset, but after 4 months? 4 months? Four months, and then you say, you know what? No. Thank you so much for the $1. The police most likely found more evidence to pin against you because if there's enough evidence there to suggest that the original owners have legal ownership, you're classed regardless of handling stolen property. You're right. You're right. You're absolutely right. $4 months. There was no urgency. There was no, hey, if I got a text message from someone that was supposed to be taking care of my dog, hey, we're thinking about rehoming him, I would be calling them in 20 seconds saying, what do you mean you're rehoming him? Oh, I thought I was rehoming. No, you're not. You were only supposed to temporarily watch him. Click. Do not get rid of my dog. But no. A message. Hey, we were homing your dog. Hey, they said yes, they're coming to get him soon. They got him. Here's a picture. Well, temporarily, right? Huh? As soon as that temporarily right message came through, the mutual was on the phone with me saying, hey, something's going on. Can I give them your number so that you guys can work it out? Sure, no problem. Take my number. Weeks go by and I hear nothing. All of a sudden, hey, how's it going? And then when we do talk, it's waffling. It's, we love him and we want him back, but we can't have him, but I don't want to uproot him. But he seems so happy with you guys. Can we come visit him? And it's this waffling and this maybes and these gray areas. And then all of a sudden, it's this waffling until they get confirmed that they got to a new place. And then, no, we want him back. Bring him back now. And then when the police show up and I show them the text messages, they agree it's a civil matter and that it's complicated. They agree. And then 2 days later, suddenly it changes. suddenly new evidence arises that makes her waffling towards me mean nothing. Like, the amount of time it takes for you to respond should be taken into account too. And we can acknowledge that there was a misunderstanding between the mutual and them. Absolutely. 100%. I'm going to sit there and say, but that's the foundation of where everything crumbles. Is there was clearly a misunderstanding. And because there was a misunderstanding, not the fact that there was a lack of care, there was a foundational misunderstanding, but then they didn't care. They didn't care to contact or talk or respond or anything. They just left it in the wind. And they were, Charlesy, they were trying to hit them and me, and that's why I had to give them. If they were just threatening me, I would have went to a lawyer immediately and gathered my options. But the problem is that they were the person that I got the dog from is a mutual friend of mine and connected, and I could have maybe saved myself, but she may have had to go down. And I couldn't do that. I couldn't do that. I couldn't let her be arrested too. I couldn't. So that was it. But let me tell you something. If Denver was originally mine and I had someone to watch them temporarily and I got a text saying, hey, we're rehoming him, I would be screaming till the roof pops off. Don't you dare give them to anybody else. It was a month and a half from the first text of them saying, hey, we're rehoming him. And I'm just... So they knew you'd crumble morally because of your mutual being threatened with being charged and arrested. Yeah. You see, and that's part of the reason why I feel funny about all of this. Because when a police go to do an investigation, why are the original owners there? Shouldn't the police show up and say, hey, we're here to investigate about a stolen dog? Give us your side of the story. Talk, discuss. Okay, we see it. Go deliberate and then proceed from there. No, they were there to arrest me, take the dog, and charge me without even hearing my side of the story yet. Huh? Then I show them my side of the story. They agree it's civil. They go away. And then they go to my mutual friend, press her and let her know that she'll get arrested and I'll get arrested and we'll both be charged. Why? And to bring the dog back within 24 hours or else. What? And here's the worst part, and here's the weirdest part, and the part that I also don't like. I never gave them my address. I never gave the original owners of Denver my address. I never did. I never gave them my address. And they showed up to my house. I never gave them, I never even gave them my last name. First name and phone number. That was it. First name and phone number. That's all they knew. And I told my mutual friends that were connected with this, do not give them my address because that doesn't make me feel safe. Police will have tracked the phone number. Then why? I believe there would be a warrant for that, would there not? And I would be contacted if there was a warrant to let me know, hey, we're investigating you because of XYZ. Sure, with a phone number, fine. But why were they already there, ready to arrest me? Like they were there, not willing to, hey, we're gonna come and take them and we're gonna go. What? You haven't even talked to me yet. Like, what do you mean? You haven't even spoken to me yet. And you're ready to arrest me right there. And charge me. And then I brought my phone and it was clear evidence enough where they showed up ready to take the dog and arrest me to, it's a civil matter. That is how much of a difference those text messages made. It was enough for them to say, hey, he's got a point. We can't take the dog right now. And then 2 days later, all of a sudden, there's more evidence. What? I just... like, there are things that I don't understand. At the bare minimum, it feels like that something was not handled right. At the bare minimum, if you want to go to the very bottom of the barrel, it feels like something was not handled correctly. Well, that's why I'm going to get the police report. I'm going to get the police report and look at it. And if there's missing details or convenient things left out, that's when I would definitely go to a lawyer. Because if the police report mentions everything fine, like as if it was done kosher, and I take it to a lawyer that will look at it without charging me, you know, $82,000, and they say, yeah, it all seems pretty straightforward, then all right, well, I guess that's it. I guess my goose is cooked. But at the bare minimum, something doesn't seem right. I'll try again. I don't get it. And this is where I'm ping-ponging between anger and sadness and anger and sadness, and I don't get it. Because there's a number of things that are just not add up. I don't get it. And there's at least 120 people in here that at least, at the bare minimum, seemingly, and maybe I'm wrong, maybe I can't speak on behalf of everybody, but that are at least raising an eyebrow at this, are going, okay, this is strange. At the bare minimum. And I wasn't the only one that pointed it out. Got some lag again. Well, no, they sat there and they offered to say, hey, we'll pay for the food. On one of their last messages to me, they offered, yeah, we'll pay for the food. I'm like, the food? If you brought this dog to a boarding house, to a kennel, do you know how much it is to hold a dog for 4 months? Oh, of course, I'm not going to get get it back now. They just offered for food. I don't get it. So now So now it's just a big old shrug. Like, now what? It doesn't sound right to me. I don't get it. Like, I thought it was a civil matter. And then I'm told via third party it isn't? I don't get it. Yeah. Yeah, we got lag. Getting some spikes here and there. I don't know why it's spiking like that. Just give me a second here. Okay, hopefully that up and away. One second. hopefully it, cheers from Tokyo. Hey, cheers from Canada. Okay.
This big robot is all charged up to meet you. Attacking the power pole should disrupt its power supply.
There we go. And there we go. How am I doing today? Not very good, but okay, hopefully the legs settle down. You guys let me know if it spikes back up again. Go. Down goes my head. I know people have been coming in, so they're probably sick of me hearing it, but I had the dog that I owned for 4 months. His name was Denver. The dog I owned for 4 months, the owners got him back. The situation is silly and complicated, but I had a dog. His name was Denver. And the original owners wanted him back, and they took him back. And because of that, I no longer have my dog. So... and it happened yesterday, so haven't been in the cheeriest of moods. Quite depressed, in fact. So oh, come on. It is what it is, right? Why am I struggling with this now? Yeah, it was just, again, my biggest thing that I'm upset about is the fact that it was how it was done. Legs back? Is the leg back? My thing on my side seems pretty good. I don't know why it'd be back all of a sudden. Shouldn't be struggling with this. Like, it's fine on my end. Okay, that's good. Why am I struggling with this? Yeah, but the court of public opinion doesn't matter, unfortunately. The court of public opinion in the eyes of the law. And that would be if I turn around and I expose their names, which I won't do. I'm not going to sit there and expose the people's names. I'm not going to do that. That would... I swear, if it's just this, I'm going to be so mad. Oh, come on. Why am I struggling with this? I should... Here I am. Yeah, I find the charge, though, to really, like... Charging at the end of the glide? Okay. Thank you, Newt. I appreciate that. We'll go Dreamweavers. No, I making a giant spectacle of it is not going to go well. Because here's the thing. Here's the thing. You make a giant spectacle of it, and you get people who are not mentally stable getting involved. That can go either way, right? It can go someone who is not mentally stable goes against me. Someone who's not mentally stable goes against them. It goes bad. It goes very bad. And it would make the situation much messier. I make a spectacle. They can turn around and say harassment and try to sue for harassment, or try to sue for, what's the word I'm looking for? A defamation of character, right? And then I countersue for this, and then they sue, and then I sue, and then it just turns into a big balloon of stupid. I would rather settle this privately. Right? A big hoopla is not going to make things better or easier. So I'm not going to go public with it. The only time I will go public with it and use my platform is if something grotesquely happens that is beyond offensive, beyond the eyes of the law, and that it would need to go much, much, much deeper than that. Right? So, I'll be right back. I'm just going to take a quick break. Stretch my legs. stare at where the dog food bowl was, perhaps have a cry. I don't know, but I'll be back in a few minutes. back. All right, give me a second here. Charlesy, thank you so much for the $1. The police most likely found. Oh wait, no, sorry. Why did that go through again? Well, I'll read it again anyway because I still appreciate the $1. The police most likely found evidence to pin against you because if there's enough evidence there to suggest that the originals have legal ownership, you're classed regardless of handling stolen property. So yeah, the issue too is that it's what I want to know is kind of like the abandonment laws, right? The abandonment laws and how that works, because I didn't hear from her for a long time after I declared that I wanted to keep the dog. She didn't say anything. So I don't know. There are things that I want to look into. We'll see. I'm gonna be honest. I think I'm done for the night for a little bit. I'll keep the stream open for Q&R for a few more minutes, but I'm getting lag again. I'm seeing we're getting lag again. So I'm just gonna, we're getting lag again, and I'm starting to feel upset again. So I'll just go to Q&R for now. I'll try to leave the stream open for about 10 minutes. If you guys got any questions, fire them off. I'll try my best to answer. What I want for Christmas? Denver. That's what I want for Christmas. I would be so happy with that gift. Why is it important for everyone to push forward themselves in life, no matter what we're going through nowadays? Because when you push through in life, you help others. When you push through life and you are strong, you go forward and you push, you help others. You help your family. You help your friends. You help strangers. You inspire people. You show people to keep going forward. That even when things are not going the way that you want to go, that you still stand. I'm still here. I'm still here. Even though I am not doing well, maybe there was someone in the stream that needed the stream today. Maybe there was someone that needed it. Maybe there were somebody that wanted it. Maybe there was, I don't know. But I am still here. And I am still standing. So If you guys got any other questions, let me know. Have you done your YouTube recap? I have not. I'll have to take a look. I appreciate that, LGVZ. Will I be streaming Game Awards as usual? Yes, I will be streaming the Game Awards as usual. Are you excited about the Game Awards? I'm neutral about it right now. I hope we see some really good things. I really hope that we see some cool things. Why did the star get promoted? Why? That was number 4. That's awesome, Daniel. If you don't mind me asking, how are the kiddos doing amongst all of this? Well, how about this? That was Hope and David the day that they, about 2 hours before Denver had to go. That was us trying to do a family photo all together. And that was when the morning when Hope found out that he had to go. It's not good. It's not good. It's not good. It's not good at all. So it outshone everyone and stayed on top. But we're trying. I was having a bad day today since I lost my first pet dog, and the stream helped me a lot. I'm happy to hear that, Yakip. I'm sorry to hear that, but I'm happy. No, it's okay, Thomas. It wasn't a rude response. It was just like, in my mind, it's just like, you know, it was just, I've looked into it about local animal control, but nothing. What did the one turkey say to the other? I don't know. What did they say? But we're trying. We're doing what we can. Stop gobbling your food. That's funny. Go Bills. Yep. Go Bills. Go Bills. All right, guys. I'm going to sign off for now. I love you guys. Thank you so much for everything. You guys are the best. I really do appreciate all the love and support tonight. I hope you guys have a great night. We'll be back tomorrow with something. I don't know what, and I'm hoping that my mood's a little bit brighter than today's. I hope so. Take care, guys. I love you all. And we'll see you tomorrow. Time for the countdown. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bye.